Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, it's finally time. We are finally doing it. We are doing a rare recruit characters tier list. Now, I've been avoiding this one for a little while because there are a lot of rare recruits to talk about. Before we get into it, though, I do have to give a huge shout out to the Optc tier list maker and for the database, Optc database, for the images provided. The links will be in the description below. Make sure to head over to the database if you are team building. There's the damage calculator. It helps you out quite a lot. And if you do want to create your own tier list, there is the Optc tier list maker as well. But before we begin today, guys, too, we are making a note that this is my personal opinion in what rare recruits I like to use playing endgame content like forests, Dofi challenges, revolutionary army challenges, all of this 10-star GARP challenges, as well as regular gameplay like Chaos Colosseums and very hard clashes, and sort of ranking the rare recruit characters in tiers that will sort of help you guys decide what characters you want to level up, what characters to invest your dupes into, and what characters are very good at are worth limit break plussing or limit break keying. So I have broken the tier list down into a bunch of different categories just so it doesn't look so congested. So godly tier obviously is going to be the pinnacle of rare recruits. If they have a limit break key, I would highly recommend limit break keying them, but there may be some characters on the limit break plus worthy tier that has just better limit break keys. So the limit break plus worthy and godly are kind of a little bit interchangeable. So say for example Usohachi, right? He's a godly rare recruit, but he doesn't have a limit break plus, so therefore he can't go in limit break plus worthy. Whereas someone like Quick Kaku is a very, very good rare recruit, but just gets better with their limit break plus, but could still find their place in godly as well. Or for someone like for example, the Swimsuit Robin, absolutely godly rare recruit, has a very, very good limit break plus because she removes ship blinds. So characters that do have the ship blind, the hunger resistance, and the fear resistance will most likely find their way into limit break plus worthy. But I guarantee you, in this tier list, there are going to be characters that I miss. And please let me know in the comment section below if I do miss any characters, as I'm still learning on my OPTC journey, and hopefully it will help someone else out on theirs. While you guys are down there, though, if you are leaving a comment, don't forget to hit that, or smash that like button for me, and hit that juicy subscribe button too if you guys are new. So, the next tier I have is like amazing, very good, and solid. They're just all like, basically it's very similar to one tier. It's just going to help me sort of rank which ones are better than others. As there are just a lot of rare recruits in the game. But anywhere between, like, amazing is just, like, A1, and then very good is, like, A2, where solid is just, like, A3. Niche would just be, like, they found, like, play in specific content. And support is basically if their support is just better than their special abilities. But how are we ranking these units? That's what we really want to know. So we're basically ranking them mainly on their specials, their limit breaks, and their sailor abilities. They're the big three that we're going to be looking at, and whether they sort of find a spot on teams that they don't either work in because their specials are so damn good, and how much content that they just used for and their usability, as if they have very good sailor abilities like time skip 9 to paralysis, or sort of like switch abilities like Invan Clay and Don Creed to give damage reduction. That's also going to come into effect. So, like I said, if I do miss characters, I do apologize, but let's hop on in. This ace, 1.3 times color affinity, very, very good for quick units, can go on any quick character. That Shanks is a big no-no. The next unit we have is this Robin. She's a 1.3 times attack boost to int units, which is very, very good when you use a special. This Nami, same as ace, but with int units. Lion Song Zora has actually a pretty good support. I would definitely make sure you get him done. I think he does threshold if the enemy puts up attack up. This Marco is pretty niche, just does a full heal, which is can be pretty good. The Flower Swordsman Vista is pretty niche. He does like fixed damage, which can be pretty good for speed farming. This Iso has a pretty solid support. Blamenko though doesn't. Law doesn't. Hawkins no. Killer no. Urogue no. The Beppo, however, has a very good support. I think his color affinity, excuse me, for the fighter, if your captain's fighter, this kid is a 1.3 times color affinity, just like the Ace and the Nami, but for strength. Apu, X-Drake, Bonnie, Beach, Jinbei, no, Kuma, Moria, Thatch, Namul, the Chain Ball guy, the Flame Swordsman, no, Mr. Watermelon Headman, no, no. Whitey Bay. Whitey Bay has an amazing support, removes Bind and Despair by 2 turns on slashes that remove that themselves. This Ivankov is actually pretty solid. 2 turns of damage reduction and auto heal, which is quite good. Same with this Inuyasuma, actually does the threshold variation. So I'd actually probably say that this Ivankov is actually very good. It was amazing for Forest back in the day. This Kaku, very similar to the Vista in terms of speed farming, so it's pretty niche. The Jabra has a great support for Luchis. I think he rotates bomb orbs. This Gleef is pretty niche. He can remove all damage. The other CP0 or CP9 units are a big no-no though, as well as the Onion Pirates and all of the backstory stuff, as well as Caesar and Virgo and Monet. No, all of the Dress Race units. Something else I forgot to note as well, actually, at the start of the video, is that if a free-to-play character does it better than the actual rare recruit, they are going to find themselves lower on the tier list or not at all. So this Sugar, for example, this is the reason why I remembered it. This Sugar will auto-kill enemies that are below 20% HP, but the Kazuna Kaido does it the exact same thing, and Ambush Garp literally does it better. So I'm going to put him niche just for now, but if I do cull units because other free-to-play units just are better, that's probably why they don't make the tier list. As for those units from Dressrosa, no. No. This Robin, actually, again, is pretty niche for speed farming. She just does wave clearing damage. You could probably argue that those guys are in solid, because, like, if you are running, like, something where you just need to sort of speed farm, like back in the day with Turtles, they were pretty solid, I guess. This Chopper, however, big no-no. You know what, this Sanji, I would put there. He's a 1.75 times attack boost to Powerhouse, but they're literally the free-to-play Frankie does it better. Brooke, no. You know. This Nami is actually very good. She's got a very good limit break. I think she has double special activation, and she does have utility, which is awesome. The other units, though, no. I think this Viola is the belly booster, so we'll put her in niche. As for these other units, they're a big no. Abdul and Jade is solid with cooldowns, but other than that, doesn't see too much play. Leo's a no. The Shirasheri, she's pretty good. We'll put her in very good as she has a very good heal. This Kyros has great support for Vivi and Rebecca. Basically, that's the only real reason you use him. As for all these other sort of units down here, we can keep skipping through until we get to King Punch. King Punch on the same wavelength as the Wave Clearers. Amazing for speed farming, but that's about it. Issy, no. This Chopper, I'm pretty sure, removes poison, so we'll put him in niche. If you ever need that, but honestly, like, you just have sockets, to be honest, so, like, let's just remove him. He-Man, no. Haguma will sometimes double drop, so we can put him in niche. Now, this Atmos has a really good limit break plus. He does utility. I don't ever use him, but someone will let me know in the comment section below if I don't put him up here that he deserves to be up here. I do know he's very, very good. Just personally, I've never used him. Speak Euro, I'm pretty sure he removes barriers, which is pretty niche, so we'll stick him there. This Robin, however, you're never going to use her. Smoker, definitely in the niche category, can do the Captain Swap mechanic, which can be very, very handy. Lafitte has a great support for Blackbeard, removes Blind and Despair by 2 turns on any Blackbeard unit. This Kobe can completely remove recovery blinds, so that's pretty niche. Let's get to our first godly unit, though. Here we go. Time Skip Nami. Time Skip Nami doesn't have a great limit break plus, so I don't even know if I put her in limit break plus worthy, but if you have the materials, definitely do it, because you will use this character a hell of a lot. Special Bind removal by 5 turns, Paralysis removal by 5 turns, removes Paralysis by 1 for the crew, 5 turns. She's way ahead of her time. She came out on the 2nd year anniversary, for crying out loud, and she's still a god tier. This Sanji's actually amazing. He gives an orb boost as well as damage reduction. He's a powerhouse. He's a Sanji unit. He has an incredible support as well. Make sure you get his support done. 2 turns of Despair and Paralysis removal, so make sure you get him done. But he is actually, I'm going to put him in very, very good, actually, mainly because it's a 1.75 times orb boost, and nowadays, like, there's just better options. There's rare crits to do 2 times, so we'll put him in very good. His damage reduction is nice on like a 6-turn cooldown or something silly. This Robin is actually very good as well. She doubles the attack of Dex units, and I think Psy units as well. And she's Robin, which is great. Brooke, no. This, Chopper is actually very good. Removes Threshold, if I remember correctly. The Poison Swordsman from the Fishman, no. Daruma, though, is actually pretty solid. Removes Paralysis, and actually, off the top of my head, I think this Chopper is actually Limit Break Plus worthy. I think he has a very good Limit Break Plus. Someone let me know in the comment section below. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I might look that up as I'm sort of talking along. and see if he has a very good Limit Break Plus, but he's definitely a solid rare recruit nonetheless. Daruma, definitely a solid unit, removes paralysis and gives an attack boost to powerhouse units. This Zeo is a solid unit as well. He can remove sound effects or special effects with his Sailor ability, as well as giving a 2.5 times chain lock, which is very, very good. The original XP booster, which is Neptune, we're going to put him in niche because obviously you're really only using him if you are getting extra XP or if you don't have Jack. This Fukaboshi is actually pretty solid as well. I'm just looking at this chopper now. What does he get? He gets the blind ship ability. So yeah, we're going to put him up in Limit Break Plus worthy, as that ship blind is actually pretty good. Plus he gets 8 turns of special reduction. Wow, yeah, no, he's definitely Limit Break Plus worthy. As for these guys, we are going to skip through all of them. No. That Prone is okay, but like nothing too crazy. This Kuma is definitely Limit Break Plus worthy. He gets double special activation, which is just absolutely insane for 7 turns of blind and 7 turns of despair removal, which is just really, really good. And he has a great support. This Lucci, probably the best besides Kaku Lucci. He gives an orb buff and lowers defense, which is really, really handy. Support of Croc is amazing for Robin units, rolls the special forward. I think it's on the final stage as well, so which is actually very handy. That Pedro probably could have put in niche actually because of the stun removal, but other than that, you don't really see him too much. This Conjurer, he's pretty solid if you're running a Striker Captain to get the 2.75 times chain lock, but otherwise you're just using him as a support. He removes Blind and Despair by 2 turns, but as a sub, he does remove 5 turns of that. Unfortunately, there are just rare recruit, like lots of rare recruits that just do it better, so his main purpose is support. Alright, the 20th anniversary units. Luffy's a big no-no. Usopp's a no-no. Frankie has an amazing support, will drastically lower defense on special for Straw Hats, which is great, because like no one's really running a Frankie on the team anyway. This Roll-It Robin is actually, when I say she's very good, I think she removes Bomb Orbs, maybe Block Orbs, and does like conditional to defense down, as well as maybe her herself, I think off the top of my head. I'll have to double check that one. I definitely want to put her in solid at least, but I might sort of just have a look at her while we sort of just chatting away here. This Jinbei has very, very good support for a 0.2 chain buff. Allows you to get a lot of extra damage. No, so this Robin actually, she binds herself for 1 turn. And then removes block slots, does damage by the number of block slots, and boosts damage to defense down by 2 turns. Oh no, she has a really good support. Just like Frankie, she does the 1.3 to enemies that have the defense down buff. That's right. She got a very good support. This Ivankov, no. This Hannibal has quite a decent support. Alright, now it's on to the Boa Sisters. The Boa Sisters are both actually very good. The downside to... Oh, did I actually... I just deleted it. I hate this. I hate that. I hate it. Okay, apologies about that. But the idea of the Boa Sisters is you really want to always run the Marigold. And then the Sanda Sonya has to be the support. It works really, really well, as that way you can get the conditional boost as well as the condition. As well as just having the Sanda Sonya. It just works very, very well. So Sanda Sonya should be here. Marigold, no. The Beppo removes Threshold on Perfects for Law, which is great. The Zoro's a no, but these two have amazing supports. The Nami's actually a pretty good unit, and so is actually the Sanji. Sanji removes Poison, which you don't really use too much. His support to remove Poison is actually way better. But the Nami removes 3 turns of Threshold and does damage reduction on a 10-turn cooldown. But she can also give you damage reduction and remove Threshold as well on her support. So I'd say that she's a solid unit. Very solid unit. As for the rest of them, they suck. The Dress Roast units aren't overly great. You know, I'd probably say she's very... if you need the damage reduction and removing Threshold, she's actually very good. As for the Dressrosa rare recruits that came out with Lucy, they're solid if you use them together. They remove set defense low and then do the condition, which is great. The kids. What do I want to do with the kids? The V1 kids. they are quite different to the other one. So let's put them in. Let's put them in niche for now, because you have to use them basically with either Judge or like V2 Sanji, which is a bit annoying. They do a whole bunch of stuff depending if your captain is Powerhouse or Sai and stuff like that. They're actually pretty niche. Support ability is amazing for Dofi. This Kyros is a big no-no. This Violet is actually very good. She can remove paralysis, puts a chain buff, and removes block orbs, which is great. The Rebecca, however, is not great, and then the Pika is neither. This Senior Pink's pretty niche. If you need to remove nullified damage, he can be your man. As for Sugar and Treble, they are just like driven boosters, which kind of suck. Koala and this Nami from the the Valentine's Day batch remove Blind and Despair. Koala goes on Sabo, where Nami goes on the Straw Hats. They are very, very good. This Carrot, she has a very, very good support at removing Chain Lock, but her special to give you a Chain Lock and remove Chain Lock is actually pretty amazing. I think it's by 5 turns off the top of my head. So she's very good as the chain lock removal is actually fairly annoying to get around. The Valentine Shirahoshi, though, that batch was actually really good. She's actually godly. She removes Special Blind by 5 turns, Paralysis by 5 turns. She has very good Sailor abilities. She can heal. And she removes, I think, Attack Down as well. So very, very good. This Marco is an amazing rare recruit. Can remove Blind by 5 turns. I think Paralysis and Attack Down as well. Might not be Paralysis. Definitely Attack Down, though. He gives a Chain buff as well. And gives himself an Orb, I'm pretty sure, which is really, really cool. The rest of the batch don't see much play. The Hina, though, from the next batch is an absolutely amazing rare recruit. 2 times color affinity to Sai and Quick. The Sengoku from that same batch is Limit Break plus worthy. He gets Blind Ship removal. He removes Attack Down and Despair by 5 turns. And is an Orb booster as well. He is very, very good. Don't sleep on that Sengoku. The brand new, this Chopper is actually very good. With Kaido Big Mom, he's actually very, very good. He removes Threshold and the little Angry Face, as well as, I think, Resilience, maybe? No, I think it's just the Angry Face and, like, Auto Heal. He also makes Orbs matching, but he starts the match with a full board of Recovery Orbs, and that is very, very good. Very, very good for Kaido Big Mom. The Carrot, though, not so much. This Brook is very good. The Rainbow Color Affinity Booster that does damage. I think he has off the top of my head, I think he has a pretty solid Limit Break plus, if I remember correctly. Bear with me for a second. We'll just keep going for now. Yeah, he gets 3 turns of cooldown, and he gets Blind Ship ability removal. So he's actually like Limit Break plus worthy if you've got the materials. I would basically put him down like this end of the Limit Break plus tier list. Like these 2 units are definitely worth way more. But actually, that Brook is really good. The Pedro is actually very good. He can give both a attack and a orb boost depending if the enemy is like immune to delay and slot effects. So he can be pretty decent. He does get 2 turns of cooldown on his Limit Break though, but he's not that great. Nothing that special. Baccarat is absolutely amazing. With the support of Tessero, she's very, very good. Same with Dice as well, actually. I think the Baccarat's a little bit better. She's got better utility. Honestly, I want to sort of put Baccarat up in Godly, to be honest. She's very, very good. Attack down removal by 3 turns, as well as Chain Lock and Paralysis. With that Tessero support, she's absolutely Godly. Dice is great as an attack booster, especially with that Tessero support. Unfortunately, the other dude, he's not that great. The Karina, though, she's amazing as well. She can remove Threshold, Resilience. She makes Orbs matching and gives damage reduction as well. So, my lord, I struggle so much with these tier lists when it comes to moving character stuff. The Amunde is actually very good. She can do a 50% HP cut, which is just, like, absurd. You don't see it too much, but when you have the ship cooldown, it's amazing. Godly rare recruit is Bobbins. You guys know how amazing Bobbins is. 5 turns of defense up, damage reduction, Threshold. Get him done. Limit Break key him. He's like honestly not Limit Break key worthy, but he's definitely a Godly rare recruit. The 5+ kids I'm going to stick into niche as well, mainly because I think I just deleted one. Mainly because like I put the other kids in there as well, and I don't want to like discriminate against them, as they basically they need you to be running Judge for them to like truly work at their optimum like capacity. So just gonna make this tier like zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the whole tier list there. All right. Let's move on to Redlegs F has a great support for fighters, 1.5 times color affinity. This Pudding, shout out to Flamevius, has a great Limit Break plus. She removes Fear, and she's like Blind, Despair, Paralysis removal. Very, very good rare recruit. Honestly, she's like on the cusp of Godly, but the thing is I only really use her for Garth challenges, so that's why I'm going to stick her in Limit Break Plus worthy, and not in that sort of Godly tier. Baron Tamagos, no. This Peckham's is niche, but literally like Kazuna Carrot, she does what he does, but better. Boa, never use. That Mihawk, never use. Kizaru is a 3x chainlock and gives cooldown, so I guess he's pretty solid, I guess. Like, we'll put him on there. This Strawberry can remove barriers. He's pretty niche as well. She's like V3 kind of, right? This Indigo is only good for poison removal. Other than that, I think he does like a full heal, so like we can put him in the niche tier. This Smoothie is actually amazing if you have double special. She can remove 2 turns of burn, blind, despair, paralysis, and freely move orbs and heals. If without double special, she's still very good, but with double special activation, she's definitely amazing. The Perispero, though, he is definitely God tier. Double special activation, 2 turns of cooldown, and color affinity to 3 very good colors. So, to 3 of the colors. So it's yeah, no brainer. The Cracker, very similar to Pedro, but I think he just does a little bit better. I think we might just put him in the same category as the Pedro, though, because like they're really just used in the same way. But I think Cracker's just better if your captain is the Strength Dex or Quick colors. Otherwise, he's like he doesn't remove block orbs. So I think because of the way he removes block orbs, I'm gonna put him in amazing tier, just because like block orb manipulation is so rare. Daifuku with double special activation is actually pretty amazing as well. He can remove 2 turns of defense up. Is it defense up or is it damage reduction? I know he does threshold, but if with double special activation, he can remove 4 turns of all that. And he's on a very, very low cooldown. It's something like, yeah, 6 turns, defense, resilience, and damage reduction. Not threshold, sorry, I was completely wrong. As for his limit break, though, does he get any good on his limit break plus? No. So, he's amazing if you have double special. This Aladdin's got a great support, mainly because Praline is an actual god. Very similar to Bobbins, to be honest, as they remove 5 turns of damage reduction, defense up, and threshold. Bobbins does attack down as well, where Praline will rotate orbs to match the V2 Jinbei mechanic, and then with obviously the Aladdin support, you can get all your colored orbs. It helps with colored barriers, that's the big thing. Hatchan is a self-conditioning, a self-procking conditional boost, which is very, very good. Same as Kami for delay, Hatchan's for defense down, which is great. This Chiffon is actually very good. She can give you a full heal if you have damage reduction. You don't really see that too much, but like it can be amazing. Caesar Clown, no. The rest of the batch, no. Ein with double special is a god tier. Absolute god. Definitely limit break plus her if you can. 2 turns of defense up, damage reduction, blind, and despair removal. Gives damage reduction, gives healing. She's just so damn good. Definitely get her done. She's amazing. Stussie's pretty solid. If you use her special twice in 1 turn, you can get a pretty high attack boost. This Opera, however, is amazing with double special. Gives a orb boost and color affinity, which is great. Barbaros, unfortunately, is not great at all. This Flampe has a great support for Big Mom. She's got an okay special, but it's pretty niche, but mainly use her as support. This Galette, when she gets her limit break on Global, if she doesn't have it already, definitely limit break plus her. She is incredibly good, as she can... oh, she does have a limit break plus. She has fear removal, and because she has fear removal, she can give special reverse. I'm actually going to limit break key her right now that I'm actually talking about it. Because she has fear removal, she's definitely worth that limit break key. Montador is an amazing rare recruit. He can remove damage reduction and defense up by 4 turns, burn by 4 turns, and he gives color affinity. I think he removes... What else does he remove? What else do you remove? He gets 2 turns of cooldown as well, and he removes burn. He removes burn, defense up, damage reduction, and special blind as well, which is very, very good. So I put him in actually in limit break plus because he gives the two turns of cooldown as well. But he'd be at the lower end of the. He'd be down here somewhere though, to be honest. Next we have Strusen. Strusen's amazing at blind despair removal. Also starts with a full board of recovery orbs. So that's very, very good for Kaido and Big Mom. The Bardo Cavendish batch, they all sort of suck, so don't worry about them. The kids, I am going to delete the regular forms, the 5 stars, and just stick to the 5-star pluses. I kind of want to put them in niche as well, just because like you need to have a T&D orb on your captain. If you're obviously running Jumanji, it's very easy to do. Or if you're using Sober Mask as well, that can work. But they do need the captain to be powerhouse and have a T&D orb for that to actually work. So, there's that. Mr. 1 is actually amazing. He has 3 turns of the same thing that the God tier units have. I would put him in God tier, but he only does 3 turns, which is the big downside to this unit. He does have a limit break key that gives him 1 turn of cooldown, as well as giving him blind ship. So, like, I mean, he's not the worst unit in the world to limit break key. Oh my god. I keep stuffing it up. But if you have the units up the top, you don't really need to do him. He does cancel attack reducing slot effects as well, and he does rotate block orbs as well. So, look, he is on a 10-turn cooldown, so I guess like you could put him in limit break plus worthy. I'm actually probably going to put him there just because he is such a good rare recruit, and I think he's a little bit better than some of these amazing units. This Poison Swordsman, he's only good for poison. The Kaku, Quick Kaku is definitely limit break plus worthy. He is exceptionally strong. He does attack down removal, paralysis removal, changes all orbs into his color. It's very similar to the pudding, actually. The Luchikaku is very good. I haven't used them in a hot minute, but they are still very good. They have a switch ability, obviously makes them very strong. They do a chain boost as well as a 2x attack boost to fighters and slashers. Invinclay, however, is an absolute god. 5 turns of damage reduction. Bind and Despair. They do 5 turns of healing. Their switch ability does damage reduction. Their limit break key gives them so much goddamn recovery, it's not even funny. So, I would limit break key them, but they don't have the greatest limit break key. They're just like very good without it anyway. The rest of the batch, however, they kind of suck. Onto the Revolutionary Army batch, the only very good unit is Kurosao. Definitely limit break key this guy. He has fear removal and special bind removal. So on himself, which makes him an absolute god. He gives cooldown for Cerebrals and Free Spirits too. He's very similar to King, but like specific around classes. This Kobe is amazing. He has a very, very good limit break key. He removes Bind and Despair, and he does 3 turns of auto heal. With his limit break key, I'm pretty sure he gets a bit of cooldown as well. Just looking at him. Sorry, he doesn't have his limit break key. He's just an amazing rare recruit. Sorry, I'm thinking of someone else who you'll literally see in like a couple of characters. This Viola she's pretty solid. She gives a nice orb boost or attack boost to Cerebrals, I'm pretty sure. This Bonnie is pretty solid as well. She actually has a really good support. She removes Bind if you put her on Akuma. Otherwise, she does Bind and Despair removal, and she doubles quick character's attack, which can be very strong. This is the unit I was thinking about. This is the limit break key you want to use. This Chopper is actually very, very good. He has the what's it called? The words are hard. He has the chain lock removal by 5 turns, I'm pretty sure anyway. Let me just quickly check that. I have limit break keyed him, so I do know he is very, very good. Where is he? I literally just had you. He does, he heals for 3 turns. He does paralysis, despair, and chain lock and chain growth. Manipulate, like reduction. God, words are hard today. So, he's very, very good. This Robin is pretty solid, actually. She does 3 turns of color affinity boosting, which is actually pretty decent. Getting the effects of color affinity to the bullet colors is very, very strong. And if you have bullet, she can see a lot of spots on teams. Very similar to this Brook, actually. This Brook can also see the same thing. From the Stampede Luffy side of things, though, the Frankie's great for PvP and the Zoro is not that great, but this Nami is an actual god. She gives 2 turns of reduction for Dex and Psy units, Psy especially. She can remove Special Bind by 5 turns, very similar to Time Skip Nami as well, so she's very, very good. Jack from the Kaido batch, not so much. The Hold'em, though, is actually amazing. He does a 2.5 times chain lock, as well as has utility as well to remove barriers, damage reduction, and threshold by 3 turns. He does reduce your HP to 1%, by 1%, so you can get around stun with him as well. Speed is very good. She just gives cooldown, sets the defense to 0, which is pretty nice. The Halloween units now of 2000 Halloween Ace era. The only really good one out of them is the Dofi. The Dofi's actually very good, mainly because you can use the support of Bellamy to remove defense up and threshold as well. So he is very, very good there. This Okiku is honestly limit break plus worthy. I don't know if she has her limit break plus on global, but no, she doesn't have a limit break plus yet, but she is an amazing rare recruit, like an actually amazing rare recruit. So when we do actually get her limit break plus, I would definitely make sure that you guys limit break plus her. Who's next that we can talk about? Tama. Tama's got a great support. She's a healer. Very, very good. The Choppermon, not so much. Bonkichi Brook is actually pretty solid. He doesn't really provide too much else besides, I think he does a chain buff, but he removes all beneficial effects. So, honestly, he can go in actually pretty niche because of the removing, beneficial effects. As that's really what he's used for. Let me just find the guy. I actually can't find him because I think his name's like Bonkichi. There he is. Yeah, removes all beneficial effects, removes special one and despair by 3 turns. So, honestly, he's actually pretty good. I'm going to put him in solid. I'm going to put him in solid just because of his utility. Usohachi is a god, same reason that Praline and Bobbins are here. Removes 5 turns of special, all the defensive effects and gives a special cooldown, which is great, and is immune to special cooldown, and gives the crew 1 turn of special lock removal, which is great. The rest of the batch, though, not so much. On to Alvida now. She's actually very good. She removes damage reduction, and I'm pretty sure she removes defense up as well. No, she removes binds. Bind, and then she removes damage reduction, and she reduces damage taken. And then she gives a chain buff as well. So she's very, very good. Very, very handy to have. This Tashigi as well is actually pretty solid. She's a good attack booster for the Dex and Int color variations. Don Creek and Jin is an absolute god. Defense up and paralysis combination is actually really good. Their switchability for 20% damage reduction, just like Invinclay, is awesome. And they can be a 2 times orb boost as well as doing damage, which means they can use the Akanu support. So they're incredible. Their counterpart he's probably just solid. They do a delay in the conditional, but it's mainly the despair removal that you want them for. Stampede Croc is very good. He's an orb booster for the bullet colors, but he also does resilience removal too, which is great. The Stampede Buggy, however, is an absolute god. Definitely limit break plus him. He has fear removal just like Coruscant has. And he can remove special blind, so make sure you get him done. He's very, very good. Very good. He removes paralysis and attack down as well. Gives a full board of orbs through block orbs to Driven. If your captain is Driven, and Big Mom Kaido, not unfortunately, fortunately is Driven. So yeah, there's that. This Ivankov is actually very good. Removes defense up, changes unfavorable orbs to matching, and he does something else, and I can't remember what. Special bind removal. Yeah, so he removes special bind on himself by 5 turns, and he changes recovery TND in unfavorable slots. Woohoo! Very, very good unit. This Hercules, and I actually recently used him on Dofi 2 to remove the poison. He's pretty niche in terms of poison removal, but he's also a 2 times orb booster for strength and psi if you have 5 of them. So he is pretty solid, to be honest. This Kuma is actually pretty good as well. Off the top of my head, this Kuma has no, this is not the one that I'm thinking of. No, this Kuma is pretty doo-doo. The Boa is actually very good. She removes attack down, and she locks orbs as well as removing resilience for 5 turns, which is very, very good. This Law unit, however, is an absolute god. 5 turns of Blind Despair Paralysis removal. He's Law, which means that he can use Corazon. He does damage, which means that he can use the Akainu support. And he removes resilience for 5 turns. He's a very, very good rare recruit on an 11-turn cooldown, which is very, very good. This Enel is pretty solid for Katakuri and Blackbeard team, so if you are running him, you basically want to have that Enel. Next, we have this Dofi. This Dofi with double special is very, very good. Removes, with the Bellamy support, can remove 6 turns of defense and threshold, as well as giving color affinity and special blind removal as well, which is excellent. This page 1 is actually very good. This page 1 can give cooldowns to, I'm pretty sure it's Powerhouse and, no, Strength and Dex characters. He gets cooldown. He removes attack down, burn, and removes sound effects by 5 turns. He has a very good support as well to remove attack down if you put him on a Kaido unit. And then this X-Drake, honestly, you use it for him for his support to remove the chain lock by 2 turns. But because he removes chain lock by like 5 turns, I am going to put him in solid. If you are running Dex teams too, he's like a 2.25 times all boosted Dex, so that's nice. This Luffy from the Wano Law batch is actually very, very good. Honestly, I'd probably put him in amazing. He's a 2 times attack boost to free spirit units, and he can also give you cooldowns as well, which is awesome. I think he removes paralysis as well. That's also something to note there. If you need that paralysis removal, you can definitely get that off as well. So, just going to minimize this a little bit so you guys can actually see the whole tier list. Just going to move some things around here, so apologies about that. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, let's continue. We have the Sabo. Now, the Sabo is not as good. He's still very good, though. He gives the chain buff, and he gives cooldowns as well. But the big reason you want to use this guy is if you're running Law, but he doesn't really see that much like play. He's really good for Kazuna if you need to get the big damage up, but he does reduce the chain growth rate, which is great if you are using Law. This Caesar, honestly not that great. The Ivankov is very niche if you need stun removal and color affinity. If you're running Smoker, you can see play, but otherwise no. This Bonnie has 5 turns of what's it called? Bind and Despair, and does the attack for quick. Actually, I was thinking of that. This is the Bonnie I was thinking when I ranked that Bonnie. So let's just have a quick look and see what this Bonnie does. She does she reduces chosen characters' bind by 7 turns, but she's the one that has the support for Kuma that removes bind as well. So this Bonnie here actually like isn't as amazing. She's actually pretty niche if you need the 7 turns of bind removal, but you can select it but 3 times, so like that could be handy, but it's still pretty niche at the same time. She does boost the slot effects by 2.25, but this Bonnie up here, the one that we just looked at, wherever I put her, she's very good because she removes Bind of Despair by 5 turns and then does an attack boost, and then carries the attack boost over for quick characters as well. This Rebecca is Limit Break keyworthy. She has Fear Resistance and Special Bind Removal. That combination is actually amazing, and that actually puts her in God tier. She does 3 turns of Color Affinity as well. Rainbow Color Affinity, which is actually really, really good, and the fact that she removes Special Binds by 7 turns is actually amazing. The Robin as well, she's Limit Break plus worthy, but she's an absolute god, as she can remove 5 turns of defense up, damage reduction, and threshold, exactly the same as Usohachi, Bobbins, all of those units. This Viola, however, she does attack down by 7 turns. She's Limit Break plus worthy because she gets... what does she get on her Limit Break plus? Well, she's a 2-turn All Booster as well, so she's very, very good. I know the Robin gets Ship Bind removal. The, what does she get? She gets Bind Ship as well, and then she gets 1 turn of cooldown. So she's very, very, very good, especially if you're running Psy and Dex teams. Psy especially, like, Psy is just so damn strong at the moment. This Nami with double special activation is actually amazing. She has a lot of very good supports because she's Nami. She does Burn, and she has Color Affinity. What else? She does 2 turns of Burn, and she does 2 turns of... what is it? I'm actually looking at this other Nami too, actually, now. Hang on. Where is she? There she is. I know she does 2 turns of Burn. She reduces Special Bind, and she has Bind and Despair by 2 turns, so she's amazing. And she has double special, so that's 4 turns. Very, very good rare recruit. The BIGG, on the other hand, is just Chain Lock removal for 7 turns, so I'm going to put him in niche. I would remove him, but like I don't want to be that cruel. The Halloween Buggy is a godly rare recruit. Very, very strong rare recruit. As he removes Special Bind, he can rotate Block Orbs. He locks Block Orbs, which is really, really handy as well. He's on par with Stampede Buggy, but Stampede Buggy just sort of comes out on top a little bit more with the fear removal. For the Boa now, the Boa removes Resilience and Threshold by 5 turns. She also does Bind removal as well, which is very good. She doesn't see all that much play, but she's a very, very good rare recruit. Onto the we're gonna just sort of skip the Animal Kingdom Pirates, and we're gonna go to the rare recruits that came out with Roger and Odin. The dog and the cat. The dog is actually, look, he's very good. He does attack down removal, which is great. He's very good in PvP too, actually. Where the cat, he does the delay. Dogstorm does the delay, where Cat Viper does the conditional against the delay. So Cat Viper is a little bit worse in my opinion, as Dogstorm does the attack down removal. That's what makes him really, really good. where Cat Viper unfortunately only has, I think it's Despair and Special Blind, yeah, for 4 turns. The Special Blind's pretty good, but because it's only 4 turns, it just kind of sucks a little bit there. But if you can get them both to work with each other, they work really, really good together. But I do think Dogstorm's a little bit better, so I'm going to rank him a little bit higher. As for the rest of these units, these are all Japan units down here. We have Rayleigh. Rayleigh, honestly, is so good. I really want his Limit Break Plus to come out. He removes 5 turns of defense up, or is it damage reduction? It's either defense up or damage reduction. I know he does Threshold. He definitely does Threshold. And then he's a 2 times color affinity booster if your captain is Strength or Psi. He does damage reduction and Threshold, and he does 200,000 damage, which is pretty useless, to be honest. He's got very good Limit Break as well. This Crocus has an amazing support. Very, very good support, but it's actually a very good rare recruit because he reduces damage by 90% and he gives you the overheal mechanic, which is actually really, really good. I've never really used this Crocus, to be honest, just because it's not my sort of... It's not my sort of play style, but I can't deny how good he is. He removes sound effects, he removes poison, and reduces crew's burn and recovery down duration by 5 turns as well. So, oh, sorry, he completely removes sound effects and completely removes poison. That actually makes him, like, really good. I actually might take him into Dofi 2 now. Yeah, I might take him into Dofi 2. That might be something fun to do. Alright, so the final 3 units we're going to talk about are the new units, and all of these guys are actually Limit Break Plus worthy. So Jack does Attack Down, gives 2 times Orb Boost, and does Bind removal by 5 turns, and then gets the Bind Ship removal. Queen is a 3 times Chain Lock, as well as removing... God, what do you remove? Queen, I'm blanking. I know Queen has Hunger removal, so that immediately Limit Break key worthy. Defense up, removes defense up and damage reduction by 5 turns. So definitely Limit Break key worthy. And then the final one is King, who gets Fear removal. Definitely Limit Break key worthy. Also does cooldowns, but because he has the combination of that Fear removal, it makes him a god. King is the only one on this tier list that I do not have, unfortunately. But unfortunately for me, it is what it is. So that's what the tier list looks like, guys. Take a good hard look. Hopefully this helps you guys with what you guys need to level up. Obviously, focus on your Godly units and your Limit Break Plus worthy units. Amazing and very good, and all those sort of types of units are great as well. As to the bottom in the supports, you just sort of want to make sure that you just sort of get their support done and call it a day. But I hope the supports here does help you guys out in terms of looking for dupes, and make sure you're hanging on to those dupes to make sure that you can get their supports maxed out without having to use your medals. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that big red subscribe button as well. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, guys, I thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lates!